nema bo ekosoro no stabilize and shada enye ways and for me I think that I don't know affect average and ordinary. The consequential impact in very overwhelming. I think you bet me. I hope things will get better. The stability of the city is another key thing, and again on top of it, the massive widening in terms of your debt to your GDP. Clearly shows the economy is gradually coming back to life after years of your friends bruises and near my firm. No, I think. Ghana Nibia or baby when things are getting better, your job is to just support and guarantee, because at the end of the day, and for me, I think that is positive.
All right. Just here free and run nearby one your free petitions are abba for the removal of the OSP electoral commissioner. Minority says kwabana sa na say yem pese be to corruption ase ade san ya na yete say OSP na mukra so ne Martin Kpebu He issue wa detain no yen komra say afede we releasing on some say prekesen so yen ka that to aspect no embom.
Okay, yeah, I think there be a make say democracy anywhere the foundational way institutions.
Yeah.
So in any your friends saying democracy be grow and mature to a certain level, no, you get in and you realize institutions have a great footholding, because I don't know your pillars, your friends have beneath the establishment and answer the democratic whole process, no.
Yeah.
So anywhere over sense weak institutions, you know, it means that democracy there is fragile, just hanging on, and or break down any point in time. That is why I always know Yemubinum have been advocating say it is very important for us to build strong institutions instead of building strong men who will be operating at the behest of their personal emotions or whatever. And the institutions everywhere. In that regard, no, these institutions will be very effective and they will help us to, streamline and also help us fight some of the cankers are very often popping up like corruption. And then as a forum. So with regards to petitioner, Obia submitted seeking the removal of Agyabeng, the office of the special prosecutor, Nipan Odano, and the EC boss, I think they are in line with democratic practices. Because we are not living in a country where the president will wake up a day and say, Mapamu Kofi. No. The constitution will not allow the president to do that. And the framers of the constitution thought it wise, such situations will definitely arise. Because with the 2 million power, they can go overboard, overdrive. And some of these, windows have been created. The citizens will also have the right to exploit this avenue that has been created, to inquire whether it is possible to remove these people based on, and yet to my series of such happenings. My men started from Agyabeng. I think my culture of my position on the office of the special prosecutor said it was a useless, because the intent and the purposes for its establishment, it wasn't about fighting corruption. Because my culture said in any serious democratic dispensation, if you want to fight corruption, you don't need to set up many offices. It is about the political will and the commitment on the part of the power holders. We are willing to ensure we will crack the whip and allow institutions to work. So the very often you see multiplicity of institutions with your friends overlapping responsibilities coming in, then it shows we are just communicating to the people out there, we are doing something, but in reality we are doing nothing. So the special prosecutor, President Akufo-Addo, STA received that idea, then they had a right candidate to be used to execute that agenda. Because at the time the NDC has exited power in Ghana, they needed to go after people who had in the previous administration done A, B, C, D. So their choice at the time was Martin Kpebu, who was very bitter and very angry, and they thought they could tap into his anger, his venom, and use him against certain individuals. But Martin Kpebu proves that even though he was angry, but he's a man of conviction and will not allow himself to be used in that kind of game. So he prevailed against those influences. Then at the end of the day, we all saw what happened. Then fast forward, Agyabeng came in, and then it has been drama upon drama upon drama upon drama. At some point in time, he did a press conference and said the government of the day never tied my hands and I was not allowed to work. Yeah. I have a basic principle. Say, ya for juma se be ye. Na se nipa na offer se be ye juma na say, oh, see what no kwanya. As a principled person, what you do is to announce to the whole world, resign and go home. You don't sit at the office and draw salaries, and later you come and justify why you fail. For me, that was a no-go area, but that is the kind of the justification that he gave to the people of this country, because Akufo-Addo government did not allow him. About justification, because you walk away. That is exactly what Martin Kpebu did. That is what a person of principle and higher conviction will do. You are seeking to impose your opinions on me. I'll walk away and tell you I won't do the show.
Exactly.
You understand? I will not sit here and kowtow to your dictates.
Yeah.
And then later I'll go out to tell people, so in seven and TVs in America, exactly. So I was expecting him to have resigned at the time and put the government on notice. You didn't do that, but rather he was in love with the job and the goodies that were coming with it. And unfortunately for him, there hasn't been any case Agyabeng from day one basic now. What may lead to a successful prosecution. Me who say a prosecutor and answer from day one basic now. All that they tell you is we have recovered money, we have saved this, we have to this SMLD by the very person who broke the lead on this particular case. Manasseh. Manasseh brought the details of it, which led to the subsequent investigation by other bodies, and then the issue became a national phenomenon, and we were discussing. So you later going to visit that particular issue, trying to put a monetary value on it, and tell the people, say, oh, they just say, you are a joke. Yeah, Yatikroman a special prosecutor, Tam. Also, I saw more call war, Sudan. And Popping no muko sisila da pathie eko tutu nempa be ka said na duku sika egumnie kika nsem bebre I know the day no issues no be yeah foolish case. It got to a point that says baby ababedru there we need to refer it to your friend saying Yoko because we have a bit of your friend saying money laundering and other stuff in it, so it is outside our remit as a special prosecutor as we speak now. The Cecilia Dapa case has been rendered useless. It was a fertile case which the state could have prosecuted and ensure that we got to the bottom of it. Cecilia Dapa case is saying, and there are several of such cases. And for me, sitting afar and watching Kisi Agyabeng on the screen, I am told he's a very smart, intelligent lawyer. Yeah. And Omo Wachiro Omwadie school will attest to the fact he's indeed a very intelligent young man. But yeah, I think he has a deficiency. And that deficiency is he's emotionally overbearing. Yeah. And he's unable to control his emotions. And that has overridden in the sense of reasoning. And so we see most of the press conferences, you could see clearly say, clouded with emotions instead of reasoning. And out of sheer emotions and reasoning diminish bit by bit. For instance, so since former finance minister issue by the series of press conferences I gather. If you go through NASA was scripted now the chronology of events now consistency in some which was a name in some so when and that consistency is missing. And again, it has gotten to a point you see the office to settle personal scores and vendetta with people they are against him. Classical example, the Martin Kpebu case here. Martin has been one of the people who have been on the trenches with us, seeking to ensure we protect this estate from encroachment. Any other individual, and state, be now government, be making sure that the minor will be disadvantaged. So he has been a soldier on the trenches. I am not saying that he's above the law. Or can't you have every right to take him on. But Martin Kpebu Martin Kpebu alleges that you are a corrupt person sitting at the OSP office. the thing you can do is that as someone can free say you can sue him for defamation. And again, where you require him to provide further and better particulars to justify or authenticate his position, common sense will tell you, say, because I'm say as a person and a war alleged against you, your office is precluded from calling him.
The tone we allowed you to park was like even parking was a favor. So I didn't understand. You come in here, we will not allow you to go out. So I retorted that no, he has no right to curtail my rights. In any event, I'm just there to help, right? They said come and give further information. I'm not under any investigation. I'm not a this person. So then I continued going. Then a colleague of his, another soldier, then shouted to me that next time I do that, I will see. That's what I said. Next time. So that kind of threat, the Ghanaian English. Next time you do that, you will see. In Ghanaian English, that means he will cause me some. You will see there will be consequences, even if it's not fiscal harm, but there will be consequences. So I turned and gave him the same answer that no, he has no right. I'm not a suspect. Even a suspect, can you do that? So I said he had no right. Then next thing I knew, he said, I'm stupid. That's what the soldier said. The soldier said, I am stupid. Oh, of course. So I turned back and told him to that he's also stupid. So we exchanged a few words. And then one of my lawyers pulled me for us to go in. We went, and then, as usual, the OSP chose to present employees. When we had made it clear at the second meeting that, look, considering that almost all of my allegations are against Agyabeng, who is a special prosecutor, and these are his subordinates. The subordinates can't do much about their bosses. Martin, they say do that. Can you investigate if, let's say, Mr. Nyama, your this COO? You can't investigate Mr. Nyama, much less the MD. So that's the same thing. And even before I was invited, Ghanaians had said it on various social media and private messages to me that how can OSP himself. But you know me, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I thought that as long as they can do something to accommodate that to show independence, I'm willing to give the information. In any event, I'm almost done. I'm presenting the petition to the president for onward submission to the CJ. I have a lot of charges. As I'm talking to now, I have over 15 charges against Agyabeng. I'm not running away from this fight. So the least they shouldn't have even tried it. You don't try such a thing. You see, you don't try such a thing. It just tells you the very incompetency. My arrest and detention underscores the incompetence with which Agyabeng sat down and allowed Ofuriatta to run. Kisi is not up to scratch. Kisi has never been up to scratch. Because you see, how would you arrest Kpebu? When I already said it, today is 3rd December. I mentioned on 2nd of November, you can check on the key points, that I'll be presenting a petition for its removal. So such a person like me, and you know me, once I say I'm going to do this, I'll do it. So just stay clear of. Look, I don't mind the arrest, even assuming the exchanges with the soldier were illegal and so amount to something that they want to arrest. Remember in law, there's a difference between arrest and detention. The arrest is you tag the person, you are under arrest, I'm investigating you for so and so offense. So when you are done, admit the person to bail, right? Then let the investigations continue. Can you imagine Agyabeng said yes, bail, but I should bring a property in my name for what? So a soldier insults me, Martin, you are stupid, and I also tell him you are stupid. That's the effect of the words. And
let us detach the office.
Yes, that I should bring property in my name. And where's the indenture? Fortunately for me, my office is just about 10 minutes from the OSP. I have indenture in the office. So when we argued, my lawyers argued for about 15, not that continuously 15. My lawyers made a plea that, look, I should be given self-recognizance bail, right? And then said, Agyabeng said, okay, he would go consult. So he stepped out. So we thought it was going to be a favorable response. So he came in about 15 minutes and said no, they would not do so. They will not vary the conditions to give self-recognizance. So then I told Mr. Marcelinus Bia, one of my lawyers who accompanied me, okay, Marcel, go to the office. I have indenture in my name. Just bring it. And my office is just, you can see, you can attest. This less than 10 meters drive to the OSP. So Marcel came, long story short. So Mr. Agyabeng asked that I be handcuffed and take you into custody, that it was too late, and that even when we brought the indenture, they would have to do verification. So practically talking about justification for exchanging words with a soldier who didn't know the writing. He's not supposed to be performing police duties. A soldier performing police duties in the OSP. You see the very thing we're talking about. Article 210 of our constitution is clear that, look, you soldiers for war and then maybe some development activities. But here you had the police, two policemen in there, and so if anything, if you think the building is under threat, anything, you use the soldiers as backup. But if you go to the OSP, the soldiers are performing front. See, this have been mentioned that soldiers are taking away the work of the police. You see, it has manifested.
I think that we don't need to waste time to go through this petition. The office of the special prosecutor, Nankasa,